Alright, so I realized in the last video that I said we were going to do the cross braces, but I forgot that I have not done these beams across here. So I'm going to go ahead and do that and clean them up on the corners. So we are hosting our beams on level roof. So I'm going to go to level roof and I'm going to zoom in, and I can go ahead and, if I go to hidden line here, you can see those beams. So I'm going to draw a similar beam in the vertical direction here. And so if I go to structure and beam, I can make sure that the W260 by 80 is chosen, right? And we're on level roof, which is fine. I could set it to girder here. And then I'm just going to come in and left click right here at the intersection, and then left click right here. It's going to put that beam in, and then I'm going to come over here and draw this one in. So left click and left click. Now if I go to my 3D view, you can see these beams coming together right here. So if I let's go ahead and actually get a different view of that. So you can see here's the beam coming in here and beam coming in here. Now there's an automatic offset that occurs, and you're going to also notice that the webs don't meet, and most of this is as a result of the fact that when you're creating steel structures, you have offsets and this web would come in and be coped. There is a command that we can use that will join these together in a cleaner way, and actually they're mitered in this project. So I'm going to go and I'm going to go to my modify tab, which I'm on. So over here is a beam join. So if I click on beam and column join, it highlights those intersections where I can use these little arrows to bring this together. So if I left click, it'll bring that together in a miter and I can lock it. And if I go around to the other beams, I can go around and join those. Now in a previous video I talked about how I had hosted these beams to the roof, and that was a little odd. Part of the reason was so I could get this miter to work. So let me show you a relationship that we have. These beams, if I pick these beams, they're hosted to level roof and they're justified to the top. So there's level roof and the top of that beam is justified to it. The columns, of course, have the top justified to top of column. It would be possible for me to, I'm just going to select, let's go to 3D and do that. So I'm going to select these beams and I'm going to Control C or Control X and cut them. And then I'm going to come in and I'm going to go to my Modify, Paste, Align to Selected Levels, and I'm going to paste them to level top of column. So now they're low because they're justified differently. So if I come in and tab select those guys again, or I'm going to pick all of them at once, it's being a little, so if I come in and pick these guys, I can re-justify them from the top to the bottom so they're in the correct orientation. So if I come in and re-justify them down here, the Z justification to the bottom, it'll pop them up. But you'll notice that it breaks the miter, and when I go to the beam column join, I don't get that option anymore because this column and the join between these two beams is interfering with that mitering option. I have not found a way to get around that. So the answer to that was to host the beams to the roof and not to the same level as the column, and that seems to fix that, and I'm not sure why. Okay, so the next thing we want to do is we want to put a beam system in up here, and we'll do that next, and then we'll come in and do the cross braces.